Resident Evil. It's the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie, not quite enough.
You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie, not evil enough.
How many times can I fucking watch Austin Powers? I swear, I annoy the shit out of my friends because I know every single Austin Powers movie by heart. They're just amazing movies. Ah, Cristal, I've got my moto. A couple of bihatches, why not? I know the third Austin Powers movie is not as liked as the others. I think they're all amazing. So what am I reviewing? So Resident Evil... I'm sorry, I just didn't really like this movie. I'm not gonna... Yeah. But, okay, let's just try to do it. I'll make it quick. I have a broad topic of discussion I want to talk about. So Resident Evil, basically this crew that was very similar to the Marines and Aliens, go into a building and they notice the AI of the building is trying to exterminate them. The reason why the AI is trying to exterminate them is because there's a zombie outbreak and the AI thinks that they're zombies. I think that's a pretty cool premise, not gonna lie. I liked everything to do with the AI in this movie, like that famous scene where the AI is trying to wipe them out by lasers and they're cutting people up and someone's head gets severed in half and someone just gets like diced the fuck out, turned into cube steaks. That's the big scene. That was the cool scene of the movie. This movie had zombie Doberman. Zombie fucking Doberman dogs. I like seeing zombifications of different animals. We got a few during this marathon. We got zombie alligators in Day of the Dead. I was hoping to see a zombie shark in Zombie 2, but that one never happened. Yeah, so I'm all for the zombification of vicious animals. Still waiting on zombie jaws. Whoever, please, someone make zombie jaws. That's all, basically, I have. That's good about this movie. I got an unintentional laugh. There's a part where they machine gun a zombie and he just goes flying. And it's really obvious that it was just like a stunt double using wire work. Other than that, the movie is just not good, unfortunately. The acting is not really on point, which is surprising because I actually really like Milla Jovovich. Or I can't say her name correctly. No, but I think she's a really good actress. She was in The Fifth Element, which she was most known for. And so I've seen her in movies where she's done a good performance. In this movie, anyway, she's a little lost. Michelle Rodriguez, same thing. She's great when she's in Robert Rodriguez movies. This movie, she's just like she's trying to come across as badass. She just kind of looks sleepy and just like she's acting like a zombie even before she gets bitten. So that was a problem. And a lot of that, I feel like it's not the cast's fault. It's just like the director was like, ooh, say this line, but say it like a badass. So they're just like, sure. I feel like it was maybe more of a misdirection kind of thing for the performances. Another problem is I've never played a Resident Evil game. I didn't know this movie was going to show its first zombie 40 minutes in. That to me was a bit of a problem. It's like the main attraction here is the zombies, and you did market this as a zombie movie. It's 40 minutes in the movie. I haven't seen a fucking zombie yet. That's a big problem. Multiple things. The scares were very predictable. Every time there was a jump scare, I usually jump really easily in life. Someone sneezes in the classroom, I fucking jump. This movie did not manage to make me jump. Not that I did want to jump during a movie because I don't like cheap jump scares, but even the cheap jump scares didn't work in this movie. Music was cliche music of the time. The look of the movie, every movie that comes out around the time of like a little after the Matrix tried to emulate that Matrix style where it looks like kind of gross and like greenish blue and like like the movie Cube, I think of, stuff like that. It goes for that look, which doesn't really age well. The movie's really outdated. There's no question about it. But yeah, I don't want to just hate on the movie the whole time. That's not really my style. Let's take this movie as an opportunity to broaden the conversation. So here's my question of today. Why is 80s campiness or 70s campiness good, through my eyes anyway, and through many people's eyes, but as soon as the campiness hits the year 2000, it's like not good anymore? And I've been sitting on that question for a while. Like, I can watch, like, I've watched movies in this series that were campy 80s movies, like Return of the Living Dead, or Night of the Comet even. Those are like campy 80s movies, and they're not really good, but they have their charm. It's like, it's the 80s, they're campy. The main thing that detracted from the movie was the campiness and the tropes from the year 2000. I'm trying to figure out why it works in 80s movies and why it doesn't work in 2000s movies. I don't know, this might be a far-fetched reasoning, so comment down below. I might be completely off on this. The 80s, or even before that, film was a very niche thing still. You didn't have many people getting into film, and the most people who were into film were just your average geeks, you know? People who were film buffs, people who worked in video rental stores. It was still a niche thing, and whenever you'd see someone make one of these campy movies like Night of the Comet, it felt like an underdog story a bit. It was like, wow. Like, I think of like even someone like a John Waters. He makes campy movies, but John Waters is a charming dude, and that charm comes across in his film. Then in the late 90s, early 2000s, you got a wave of people I coined under the term of frat boy directors. These are people like Michael Bay, McG, Brett Ratner, Paul W.S. Anderson, who is of question right now. I coin all those people under the term frat boy directors. All of a sudden, this thing that felt very niche and very unique kind of became like the cool kids started doing it, and it kind of became less cool. That's my reasoning why I don't like 2000s camp. It's weird because like in Return of the Living Dead, there's a scene where a girl gets topless and you're just like, oh my god, obviously they just wanted to film boobs. But it works for an 80s movie. When I watch a 2000 movie, and like just in this movie, there's Paul W.S. Anderson like filming Milla Jovovich's butt. And I don't know why, I just get like a douchey frat boy vibe to it. I don't know, I might be looking too much into it. Maybe some of you guys like 2000s cheese, but I don't know many people who do. There's more people who have fond memories of cheesy 80s music versus like Nickelback, or like that kind of genre, like Three Doors Down and fucking Shine Down and shit like that. I don't see many people looking at that with nostalgia goggles versus like crappy 80s campy music. So I don't know what it is. I can't really put a finger on it. And that's why I wanted to open the discussion to it. So if you can comment below, why is it 80s campiness works and 2000s campiness doesn't work? Yeah, I don't have an answer. That's the best thing I could come up with. I've spent many nights just staring at the ceiling like, what the fuck is... I couldn't figure it out. So comment below, let me know. I thought that was a more interesting discussion than just railing on a movie I didn't like. It's not really my style. There's plenty of videos on the internet of people doing 1-hour dissections of why Justice League is bad. I'm not really that kind of guy. So yeah, answer below to the question. I'm curious to see what you think. I wasn't really a fan of this movie. I'm not going to rate it. But yeah, I'll see you on the next episode, and hopefully we'll get to talk about zombies again.
No one is immune. Resident Evil.